Today we will be cooking chicken enchiladas with a green chili cheese sauce and Mexican rice. First, we will be dicing up 2 large onions. I like to keep a container nearby to hold all the different trash bits so I don't have to run to and from the trash can. I slice my onions using a technique that you've probably witnessed from any Food Network chef, whether it be Rachel Ray or Martha Stewart or any one of those. It's just kind of more of a speed approach to cutting it up. Now that our onion is chopped, we will start our Mexican rice. To begin, we will need to brown our rice, so I've added some oil to my pan. In hindsight, I know I added too much, but now I'm going to add 2 cups of rice and I'm going to stir it around to try to toast it just a tiny bit before adding our liquid. It's at this point that I noticed that I did not add enough rice for the amount of oil that I had, so I go ahead and add just a little bit more rice. About 2 cups of diced onion to my rice. You can add more or less depending upon your personal preference. I'm just dropping in about 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. This recipe calls for 4 cups of chicken broth as the liquid for the rice. I am actually using 4 cups of water, and then I'm going to be adding a tablespoon of chicken base to make my chicken broth for this recipe. And as you can see, 2 cans of diced tomatoes magically appeared in our pot because somebody might have forgotten to hit record. You're going to bring this up to a bubble and then let it simmer for 45 minutes until the rice has softened and attained the texture you desire. To begin the chicken enchiladas, we're going to start by shredding our chicken. I boiled these chicken breasts, but you could always use the rotisserie chicken to save time. I made 3, but ended up only needing 2 because they were so large. This next step may seem unusual. What we're going to do is fry our corn tortillas for just a couple seconds on each side in order to make them pliable. This oil will soften them and allow us to roll them so they don't fall apart and crack as we're doing so. If you don't use oil often, my daughter is demonstrating right here a technique where you take the handle of a wooden utensil and put it in the oil. If it bubbles around it, that means your oil is hot enough. Or you can just look for the shimmering effect that the oil has in the pan. We are just placing the fried tortillas in a stack on a plate next to the stove. We will be doing about 30 tortillas. Here's where assembly begins. You're going to take your pliable tortilla, you're going to add some chicken, some onion, and some cheese, and then you're going to roll it tightly and slide it to the edge of your pan. Like I said, this recipe makes about 30 enchiladas. That is a lot. This is a perfect meal that you could split with yourself and take to a family that's got a meal train going on, perhaps somebody that has had a baby recently, or just a friend who needs an extra meal. This is a great one to split between two families. Rolling enchiladas does take some practice to get used to. As you can see here, I'm actually teaching my daughter how to roll these enchiladas, and so she's getting the hang of it as well. I just love having my kids in the kitchen and giving them an opportunity to learn how to make some of their favorite meals. The cheese sauce for these enchiladas starts off as many basic cheese sauces do, with a simple roux of butter and flour. will add about 3 cups of milk to this roux to make the cheese sauce. When the milk has thickened a bit, that is when you will add your cheese. I have selected to use about 8 ounces of Velveeta. At this point, when the cheese has melted and the sauce is smooth, you should add a small can of chopped green chilies. These won't add much heat, but they will add a lot of flavor. I forgot to add my chilies until after I'd already started pouring the cheese onto my enchiladas. So do as they say, not as I do. You can top this cheesy goodness with even more cheese. I like to normally use a Colby Jack blend of shredded cheese, and then we'll pop it into the oven on 350 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes until it's nice and bubbly. Since this recipe does make so much, one of the other things we like to do is do a little bit of a meal prep. We like to portion up individual servings of these to use for lunch or for dinner. You can even throw them straight into the freezer like this and have your own homemade TV dinners. This is one of our favorite meals. Everyone in our family, from kids to adults, likes this. I hope you have enjoyed this video and will try to make this for your family. It is great for those large family gatherings, easily feeding 10 with this meal. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a great day.